Hello there and welcome to Spec Esports. We're back for another round of the PS4 Global Series Tier 2. We're at Austria for round 6 tonight. And looks like we've got a dry, sunny qualifying session. Apologies for joining the session a bit later where some of the drivers have already set laps. We're 12 minutes left in this session. Just had some technical issues on my end, so a bit slow to get going, but I think we're all good now. So I think I'm just by myself tonight. My name is Matt. Hopefully I might be joined by a couple of other commentators after they finish their practice and dinner and whatnot. So yeah, we'll have to see if any of them make it into the commentary for the race. We're following El Tonki at the moment. I believe he is on lap. We'll just get up. He's diving into the pits. Might get up some all your details. See what tyres people are on. Telemetry, lap data, track map. That's better. Alright, so all but 3 drivers yet to set a lap at the moment. Looks like Dan's about to start one. So we'll go on board with the Racing Point driver after turn 1. That glare is absolutely deadly. Misses the apex a little bit, opens up DRS. Coming up to the slight curve of turn 2, just now up to turn 3. Heavy braking zone into what's kind of a hairpin. Usually a first gear corner. You have to stay in second, open up DRS, cross the crest here, down into turn 4, downhill braking section. Very easy to lock a front wheel. He's missed the apex completely there, unfortunately, so that's not his way. Well into the second sector now. Last corner of the second sector. Again, missing the apex. He's not having very much luck with apexes, is Dan, but been a clean lap at least. The last 2 corners of the track. He's not going to make me look at fuel and pit. Yep, that's exactly what he's going to do. So he must have been down on his time a little bit, but we'll try and find another driver on a lap. Looks like the apprentices. He's invalidated. Here's Breno. Breno just starting one up in turn 1. Let's follow the Alpha. Sorry. I was going to say AlphaTauri. The Toro Rosso driver. He passed his teammate who was facing the wrong way after turn 1. I think that was ACW. So Bruno's actually gone the medium tyre. And that was a pretty good sector 1 so far. Down at turn 4 we go. Pretty nice through there, hits the apex just right. James Cruz getting in the way. It's turn 6, I believe this is. Very nice through there. Very nice lap so far from Breno. Into the last couple of corners. Be careful not to invalidate. And he comes across the line on mediums. That's a 1:05.8. Pretty good lap on the medium compounds. So all but 1 now yet to set a lap, and that is Baboon J. And he just did the fastest middle sector, I believe, that flash purple. So let's see what he can do coming into the final couple of corners. Oh, he's just about kept it on. Doesn't invalidate across the line. What's it going to be? 6th fastest. And that was on mediums too. So, very nice lap on the mediums. Nice indeed. So, that's all 17 drivers on the grid tonight have set a lap. We've got Aussie as the first of, on provisional pole with a 1:05 flat. I dare say someone just got disqualified that I saw. Who was that? BK goes, James Cruz disqualified. Wow, I'm not quite sure what happened to him. BK goes into a 1:04, his first driver to do so. I was just going to say that we probably will see times in that 104 time bracket. Whether we'll get anything in the low 104s remains to be seen. That's a very quick time. So BK on provisional pole. The Red Bull driver, Aussie, did have that, and he's just starting a lap now. We're getting a nice drift. Oh, he's invalidated, has he? At the first corner. So he'll have to back out this one. Experts coming out of the pits now by the look of it. Semi-pro invalidated as well. What about El Tonki? He's gone through the last couple of corners. He invalidated right there. I think we just put the curse on him. He's put it into the pits. Quick smart. Dan also coming up to the same section and pits. Toto, he's on a lap or about to start one. I think he's starting one. Side pod on a lap. Here we go. We finally got a driver on a lap in qualifying. He comes through the last corner. Just about keeps it on track. Comes up to the line. Oh, that's a 1:04.6. Very nice lap from the Ferrari driver. Puts it on pole. Fantastic lap there. I know he does love the Austrian circuit, so that's no surprise to me. He's pretty decent around here. Let's go. Who else did I say was on a lap? Toto. Let's follow the rest of his lap in the Renault. He's just got just under 6 minutes remaining in the session. He comes through second last corner. Oh, he gets a big twitch there. Has he kept it on track? He just about has. Looked like he ran a bit loose. Derated as well. He's ran out of air. He just improved, but I don't think he moved up. So, no good for Toto. So most of the drivers will be coming out for the second last run. Looks like Experts on a lap here. It's going across the top straight. I'm not quite sure what it's called. Let's see what his sector split is. Second sector. Nice and tight through there. Oh, little twitch. He's only up half a tenth though. He needs to absolutely nail this last sector to improve on his time. Coming through penultimate corner. Very fast corner. 230 kilometers an hour, I believe. Oh, and he's cut the last corner. Devastating. Is he going to be up on his time anyway? Only just. So, wasn't really on a good lap anyway, so can't be too disappointed there. Insulator's also on a lap. We'll follow him. Thanks for joining us on the stream, everyone. If you are new to this series, it's been a bit of a one-man show so far with ACW winning all but one race and getting all but one pole position. No, he's got all pole positions, I believe. So if he doesn't get it on pole tonight at round 6, this will be the first race we've had where ACW hasn't been on pole. He's currently sitting P9, so he's got work to do as Insulator's coming up to the line now. He goes 5th fastest. He improves by 2/10. Nice lap from him. He'll have time to get back in the pits for another run as well. Yeah, thanks for joining the stream. Give us your predictions in the chat if you are familiar with this drive lineup and you have been following the season. There's some great drivers in here. A lot of guys. For a lot of guys, this is their first league as well. So learning on the fly, shall we say? But that's what it's all about. Having fun. We don't take it too seriously. So yeah. It's a good little lead, this one. Dry conditions for the race as well. I've been informed in the stream chat. Thank you, SidePod, Ferrari driver. Currently provisional pole sitter. I wonder who's on the lap now. Is BK on a lap? Yeah, BK's on a lap. So we'll follow him along. Comments are starting to flow in on the stream chat. This is great. Keep coming, guys. Banana Cake Pie to activate easy mode. Well, he might, but he's not actually in this league. He's in tier 1, so we won't be seeing Banana Cake Pie in this race. ACW for domination, says Banana Cake in the chat. Gaming Burger says side pod and BK XI podium. That's a really bold prediction. As BK improves by 2/10, he puts it third fastest so well. And Baboon J, sorry, I've been looking at and BK's just retired after that. Hope his car doesn't get in the way of anyone. But Baboon J's done a 104.5, so he's put on provisional pole at the moment. Still a lot of drivers. Oh, I think Sidepod might have left it a bit late. No, I think he'll be right, just about. Aussie's going to come. Oh, he's running seriously wide and invalidated his lap there. And he was down a mile anyway, so is he going to go again, or is that him? That's him done, I think. So he won't get into 104s today. Experts on an outlap. Breno's on a outlap as well. I think he's left it too late, possibly. He'll want to absolutely leg it around to get across the line to start a lap. Will Breno. So if you're listening, mate, you better hop to it. ACW, championship leader. He's on a flyer at the moment. I was just going to say he's all the way down in 12th position. Let's see what he can do in the final sector here and where he can put his Toro Rosso. Can he maintain his 100% record of pole positions at Austria? Nice and tidy through the last couple of corners. Comes across the line. Second place by 2/100ths of a second. Really tight there at the top. Now Ken Sidepod has just started his lap. He gets it right this time. He hasn't invalidated. He'll get a nice tow as well from ACW. Right on board with him for this lap as ACW gets... Oh, don't cut back on the racing line. Fastest purple sector for the Ferrari. Dives up the inside. Opens up DRS. Could this be the pole lap we're witnessing here? Down to turn 4. Hard on the brakes. Second gear, short shift to third. Oh, a bit too much exit there. He's got work to do. I think he would have lost a couple of tenths in that little error. He makes another little error there with the slide. Oh, he's just about on his time from the previous run. He'll need a big final sector. He's backed out, I think. Oh, no. No, he's overdone it there. I'm not sure. Yep. He wants to make sure that lap doesn't count. So that, I believe, oh no, Expert's on a lap. Don't forget about him. He's up 2/10. He's Expert. So he's free as first. Is 105.1. So this will get him into a 104. So where does it put him? Very nice through the last couple of corners. Fifth fastest. So that's where you'd expect Expert to be. I think that's qualifying over as ACW's in the pits, but we have a new pole sitter for the first time this season in Baboon J. And it is ACW who misses out. He was on the front row, but only 2/100ths in it. That is the tightest of margins for pole position. So it was a great little qualifying session there at the end. So I'll run through the order for you. Baboon J on pole position in the racing point, followed by championship lead ACW 132. 1/100th and 5 milliseconds is the gap. Varying Sidepod, it was less than a tenth off pole as well. That was his second last run. His last run, he made a couple of big mistakes and had possibly just pushed too hard. BK, Expert, Aussie, Semi-Pro, Breno, insulated down the race. Easy top 10. Ken, El Tonki, Toto, Liquidaha, The Apprentice, Camos, and James Cruz. Easy grid for the Austrian Grand Prix in the Global Series T2. Can't wait for this race. Hopefully I should be joined very soon by a couple of other commentators. I just might message them now. and make sure that they're going to join the session. I think maybe once the race is going, just to be safe, because we don't want that awful formation lap glitch. So I'll let them know. The driver's just selecting their strategy for the race. It is clear conditions by the look of it, so dry for this round of the championship. Just a few more seconds until these guys get underway here. Hopefully you don't get that horrible glitch. It looks like we're all good. Fantastic. Alright. Oh, and Reedy's joined as well. I missed that. So we do have an 18th driver on the grid. Reedy in the Haas. So nearly a full grid tonight. Not too bad at all. So the drivers are on their parade lap or warm-up lap, whatever you like to call it. I might just get a couple of things up. We probably don't need lap data, full track map, good telemetry, not yet. Position change, interval, broadcasts, cool. Alrighty. Dre, can you hear me? Okay, that might work a bit better. There we go. Oh, I was in game chat. It must have been from yesterday. Yeah, so hopefully they can hear me now. Geez, I wonder if everyone on the stream could still hear me. Because I was in game chat. I'm not sure.
No, I could hear. I was watching the stream.
Okay.
I could hear you.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. Zach might join as well, but ladies and gentlemen, do have Andre join us for commentary. Welcome, mate. It's your first one.
Thanks, mate. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, looking forward to what this is gonna bring. Hopefully, you can see Sidepod maybe get a good start and hopefully can, get second or first.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're just waiting for the grid to form up here. And that's all ready to go now for the Austrian Grand Prix. There we get the lights come on for the drivers. It's 5 red lights. And it's lights out for the Austrian Grand Prix. Babinjane looks like he got a good start. Bit of wheel spin actually. ACW up the inside. Sidepod's going to take advantage as well. And Sidepod spun. No. Oh, he's around is the Ferrari driver. That's absolutely... Oh, it's a nightmare for him. He had such a good start. And he's slow to get going as well as Babinjane having a look up into turn 3. They all come through there pretty cleanly. Oh, there's a Renault had to take avoidable action. That's all pretty well done by everyone. And down to turn 4 they come as Jay's under attack from, let's get that up, that is BK. Into the second sector they go. And you can see there, Varying Sidepod is dead last, losing 15 positions. So he won't be too happy about that after that great launch he had.
Yeah, he's definitely going to hope for a safety car now to get back into this race. But
yeah,
we can see that ACW is in the great spot to win this race now.
Yeah, already, as he makes it hard for the drivers to use the slipstream, moving right to left there along the straight. Completed 1 lap already, but BK's already got a time penalty after 1 lap. So he'll need to rein that in a bit. In fact, last time Expert had a league race here, I believe he had something like 25 seconds of penalties. So Couple of these guys really need to try and keep that under control in this race. Otherwise, they'll be dropping well down the order because of that. The side pod will be. He's already. Oh, Ken's in the pits, so he's had an incident as well. But side pod will be confident that he can get back in it because he knows he had the pace to be up the front. So he's got work to do, but I think he'll make a charge from the back.
Yeah, it's in this track, it's very, very easy to get warnings, so I wouldn't be surprised if if all the grid will have penalties in this race.
Yeah, absolutely. We've only seen the one penalty so far, ICW fastest lap, as you'd expect, 1:07.7, so it's a pretty good time. He must be trying to check out. He actually does have a 1.3 second gap already, as DRS will be activated on the next lap, I believe. This is lap 3. Is it? Oh yeah, it is too. Yeah, that's right. Activated for lap 3, not after. But BK all over the back of Babu and Jay. Babu and Jay, as we said, already out of that DRS of ACW, 1.7 seconds. So if these guys start battling, there might be another cruisy win for ACW. We'll have to keep an eye on that, but he is very clinical when given a chance to run away with the race. He usually obliges. So last round at Brazil, there was a very late safety car. I think it was only 4 laps to go. It stayed out for 2 laps. So we had 2 laps after the safety car came in, and he nearly lost the race because he pitted for softs. But he was able to retake the lead and win the race. So made for a very close and entertaining finish. And BK with his second penalty.
Wow.
Already. So 4 laps in, he's 6 seconds of penalty. So he might be making a move for P2 here as well. Babu and Jay going to give him the space. That's all very fair from both those guys. Expert sniffing around as well. He might have the best view of this battle. Babu and Jay did have the DRS, so he had the advantage down the straight. BK lets him have the position, tries to switch back, but Babu and Jay will have the better traction just because of the line he had. Expert keeping it clean so far, which is good. He'll probably be checking penalties fairly regularly, knowing that BK already has a couple.
Expert saving his ERS.
Yeah,
waiting
very
for
smart.
what's going to happen between BK and Babu and Jay.
Well, BK runs extremely wide again, so that'll be another warning.
Yeah. I can really see Expert maybe pouncing on them battling and trying to get that P2.
So Sidepod's already up to P13. The comeback is well and truly on. He's in the DRS of El Tonki as well. So, yeah, it looks like he'll be charging his way through. One's a bit wide there.
BK is going for a move. And he's got it done.
Apologies for missing that. I think Expert's looking for a move too. He'll have DRS. Is he going to send it? No. He's just playing the patient game at the moment. Yeah, we do have the position changes off the start still up on the screen. You can see there, the biggest winner off the start has actually been Reedy, up 7 positions from the back of the grid up into P11. So he's already nearly in the points. He's Reedy and Babu J. Something's happened to him and he's off.
He's off.
Saw him dropping down the order.
He's got wing damage as well.
And he's got massive wing damage. So was there a collision there, or did he bin it on his own? So he need the early pit stop. This is going to be a 2-stop race for him now.
Checking if Expert has wing damage. Doesn't look like it.
I think he might have done it all on his own. It was the end of Sector 2 or like the beginning of Sector 3. So it's not really a side-by-side part of the track. So I think he would have just maybe spun himself and hit the wall there, but he was in a very good position, was Jay, after getting pole position, so it's a bad mistake from him. All the guys still pretty close together. This might be the battle to watch this race though, between BK and Expert. Might be the battle of who has least penalties as well, and BK or Experts on top there with none, and BK already having 6 seconds. Aussie not too far back as well in the Red Bull. Breno in that train as well, so this could be a four-way battle for the podium. ACW looks like he's kind of checked out already.
Yeah, he's gone.
And is Expert going to make a move on BK going up to turn 3? I think he's a bit too far back. Oh, he thought about it, perhaps.
And doesn't get good enough traction to get a move done in the next part of the track.
No. That's it. If you aren't close enough to get... Oh, and Babinjay's out.
Babinjay's retired.
He's retired from the session. Where's he retired?
I think he's retired in the pits.
Safety car. No. That's not in the pits. Oh, it is. Safety car's out. Where's Laquita Haha going? Where is the car? No, he's on the exit there. He's
Yeah. He might have done it. He might have binned at the exit.
He might have binned it. But this is going to save a few people's races. Ironically, the driver who would have saved the most would have been Babinjay. But it's no-brainer to pit under the safety car, especially if you're on the softs. I will bring up who's on what tyre.
Samuel Pro got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car.
Oh no, that's devastating. It's the one penalty you really don't want to get. ACW's gone the hards, so he reckons he can probably get to the end on the hards. I think everyone else might be going the mediums to maybe do 2 stops, so... Oh, Dan's on the hards as well. Express kept going.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Wow, okay. So he thinks he can go longer in this race on the softs. And then pits later. But he's passed up a free pit stop. Semi-Pro Insulator done the same thing, but Expert was running in the top 3. So comes the race leader now. ACW on mediums is probably going to struggle a little bit with those guys around him on quicker tyres, especially the fresh mediums.
Yeah.
Toto's on old mediums. He started the race on those. So did El Tonki. James Cruz up in the 9th on old softs. Everyone else has pitted at least once. We'll bring up that data. Stops there. So you can see there, Expert Semi-Pro Insulator, Toto, ACW, as James Cruz has overtaken Aussie for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. Gives the position back, but yeah, he's pitting, that's why. So he wants to get in the pits. Let's go back to the tyre data. A couple more drivers pitting now. So we got Installator in, Toto in, and Breno in. Sorry, James Cruz in, not Breno. So James, I'm not quite sure. Does James have a teammate? So James just opted not to pit the first time around. Toto wouldn't have been able to pit because of the apprentice, although they could have double stacked, and Carmos possibly similar. Anyway, this has made the race a bit more interesting.
This definitely brought Sidepod back into the race in 10th place, back into the points, and with fresh tyres as well. So the 2 Mercs have decided not to pit, both of them, which is very interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Particularly Expert. Will he live to regret that move? Semi-Pro's jumped up. Let's get up the yeah, I'll go on that. No, it's not what I wanted. Position change. She's up for 5 positions. Atonki up 7. Reedy up 9. So they're the big winners so far. Reedy was already up 8, I think, before the safety car. El Tonki's jumped up 7 places though. As Expert pits?
Expert pits, yeah.
What's he done?
No, it's Semi-Pro that pits.
No, Semi-Pro, sorry, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, so Semi-Pro took the lead because he pitted So, bit of a gamble here from the Alfa Romeo driver. Tyres are going to go with. He's going with mediums by the look of it. Yeah, medium tyres, so he probably should have pitted on the first lap, to be honest. There's two more drivers in. James Cruz is in again after just pitting on the last lap, and Laquita Haha's in as well, so...
Put in softs, which is interesting. He's going to have to stop again, as the softs won't make it to the end.
Softs definitely won't make it to the end at this point, no. Most you could take him is probably 15, 16 laps, I think.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm surprised Extra's not pinning, because at the current rate, he'll probably only have another 5 or 6 laps to do, and then he'll need a pit. So maybe he thinks he can get enough of a lead to get a good advantage doing that. I'm not sure what he's thinking though. ACW on the hards in P2. BK on mediums in P3. I'm not quite sure the mediums will make it to the end either, actually. It'd be touch and go.
Yeah.
I think if there's another safety car, they should definitely pit again. Safety car in this lap? No.
A bit of contact in this lap.
Oh, it is, okay. Oh, is it? Oh no, there's collisions!
Collision, yes. Side pod's gone. Side pod's in the pits.
Oh no.
I'm not sure what's happened there. But back to Expert and ACW. ACW right on the back of Expert, going around the outside into the hairpin.
Side by side. Oh, bit of contact. I think it does a little bit of Max Verstappen on Charles Leclerc there, and BK's actually made it through after that. ACW.
And BK trying to go outside.
Now Tonki is up P4. Oh, it's a good little battle. Oh, it's contact! No. ACW's going to profit here because of that contact between Expert and BK. This is great racing though. Oh, more contact! More contact! Oh, getting very close were they, both drivers. ACW very aggressive on those hards. Doesn't want to muck around. He wants that lead and he wants to check out. Oh, and Expert's had a terrible run through the last corner. I think he might have got a penalty. Was it him or someone else?
He did. Yeah, 3-second penalty for Expert.
So that's his first one. Reedy gets a penalty for speeding in pit lane. So he's good race so far. Just hit a snag. This is great racing again. Give us a better camera angle. Oh.
Lock up from Expert.
Side by side, and Aussie
doesn't go.
Aussie's looking good out of this too, and he's nearly around the outside here of Expert. His yellow flag set to 2. And he is around. Oh, there's contact. Jeez, it's all kicking off. This is why we love a safety car, because it absolutely breeds drama like this. Aussie's trying to go around the inside, gives him a bit of a shove there. It doesn't leave Expert much room at all, must be said, but he does get the move done just about cleanly. Right on the edge though. So Expert really struggling on those softs. You can see a little slide there through the last corner. So just like I thought, he got swallowed up on those old tyres, but DRS is enabled now, and BK's still right there with ACW.
Yep, so he's got his medium tyres giving him the advantage to stay with him.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be much quicker at this stage of the race on those fresher mediums. Like 5 laps old now already. They did spend 3 laps under the safety car. So it will be still pretty fresh. ACW gets a bit of grass there. Is he going to make a move into turn 4? Thinks better of it. Not quite close enough. Someone did get a move down the inside. It was Breno trying to go down the inside of Todd. And they're still side by side. Toto comes out on top. He's not on soft, so he'll have a massive advantage on those.
Wide.
Toto goes
and
wide
Bruno
though.
takes the position back.
Bruno gets it. So, a mistake there. Oh, are they going to go side by side through the last section? No, I don't think he's close enough. We'll go back to BK and ACW at the front. Aussie's just dropped off a little bit, and El Tonki, what's happened here?
No, Experts.
Experts in. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering what was. So this is what I mean. The Experts kind of lost out by not pitting under the safety car, which was only a few laps ago. He missed that free pit stop. He's going to drop all the way down the field because of that. He's gone the medium tyre too. He can probably get those to the end. So he might be thinking that some of the guys on mediums won't be able to get to the end.
BK's right behind ACW now. Will he make a move down to this corner? Goes around the outside. Tries to switch back. But ACW gets the traction.
Reedy with the fastest lap of 107.6.
So ACW is really struggling with those hard tyres, and BK is just all over the back. It's just a matter of time until BK can actually get the move done.
Yeah, he's got no pressure from behind. Aussie's 1.8 seconds back, so he doesn't have to worry about anyone attacking him while he's trying to get past, which can sometimes be in the back of your mind. You don't want to try and move and leave the door open for someone else, but he doesn't have to worry about that, so he's in a good position. He cuts that corner ever so slightly. I'm not sure if that would have been a warning. He has the DRS this time. I think he's still too far away though.
Yeah.
And he's running a bit low anyway, 25-30%. Oh, very close to the back of ACW. So he might be better off just saving here. Saving his, was ACW on the grass? Yeah, every lap. I'm not quite sure why he's doing that for. Might be using that straight to change something or check something. Ask Jeff something, and you see the different lines through that corner. ACW starting much wider, taking a much later apex again through that same corner.
BK needs to get the move done as quickly as possible, as we know that he's already got 6 seconds of penalties.
Yeah, and also the
chance.
And the advantage he has with the softer compound be wearing off the longer these two battle.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And he's having a look down the outside in turn one. He's done it. He's got past.
Now ACW have DRS.
Who's got DRS? Is ACW? Let's see if he's going to come back at him into turn 3. BK leaves the door open. He's taken him high. ACW's taking BK very high. I think he's let him have the position there, knowing that he missed the braking point by quite a bit, trying to get that move done. Hopefully there's no damage for either driver. But no damage from either car, which is good to see. I think it was wheel to wheel rather than nose to side pod or anything like that. So So can BK now pull away? ACW's got a ton of battery, whereas BK doesn't really. So you find it hard to pull away with BK, I think.
Yeah, no,
because of that.
Very hard.
Oh, you can see how much ACW is gaining in the DRS on the straight there. I don't even think he was running high ERS mode. He's still only in low, and he's going to breeze past him up into turn 3 here to get this excellent helicopter shot. And side by side again, I think ACW's got that move done. And he'll have DRS for the second straight as well. BK's got it. So, can he come back at him on the outside? Terrible camera angle. Oh, ACW switchback is on. I think he's made it happen. Oh no! It's contact!
Big contact.
Big contact. I'm not quite sure whose fault that is there, but that's ruined both of these guys. Racing Aussie has profited. He's gone straight into the lead. ACW, does he have damage? He does. He's got massive wing damage on the right. Yeah. And BK, what's his car look like? He's dropped all the way to 8th. Oh, I think he's okay. I think he's damage free.
No, he
So
got touched in the back, yeah.
he might be able to keep going, but will ACW pit now? No, he's kept going, ACW. But that was a big moment in this race. You can see how much he's had to slow down to take that corner all the way into third gear. That's usually an easy fourth gear corner, turn one. And Breno's teammate already all over the back of him. So ACW is going to be really slow. Yellow flag sector 3, not quite sure who that's for. But ACW is going to be sitting duck on hard tyres with wing damage now. All these guys are just going to zoom up to the back of him and breeze past, I think.
BK side by side with Cam Tembo. Goes for the move.
And gets it done too, so like I said, BK's wing seems to be okay, so he'll be alright to continue. And he didn't lose too much time, he's probably lost about 5-6 seconds, so not too bad considering. I think in the long run, ASTW is going to be worse off from that incident because of the wing damage, so he'll either have to come in again or just struggle through it and be really slow for the last 17 laps. Still 17 laps to go. Ken's having a quietly good race in P8. Oh, we just
getting DRS here.
I'm just giving him the commentator's curse. He's just picked up a penalty, cutting turn 1. But BK is looking to move on Dan. Oh, I thought those two were going to come together then. And this has allowed Ken right on the back of Dan as well. Different tyre compounds at play here as well, with Dan on the hards. He's the only other driver on the hards with ACW. This is some good little battle for P6, 7 and 8. Experts. Oh, Experts around! He's kept it out of the wall though. So I'm not quite sure what happened there, whether he got a little bit of help from another car. We joined him too late, the onboard, so it's really hard to tell. But definitely had some issues there. Not really battling anyone, but Ken's still right on the back of Dan. Breno hasn't been able to get moved on ACW like I thought he would. So maybe that wing damage not as bad as I first thought it might be for ACW. All the way to first gear, short shift to second and third. Fourth gear, that is the way to take that corner. Short shifting all the way to fourth gear. Minimum wheel spin, very fast. Doesn't feel fast, but it is the fastest way. Very nice driving from Ken. He does run cockpit cam. One of the few drivers in our league that does that. So, props to him. Having a good race in P8, all over the back of Dan in P7. Breno still not able to get past ACW. Or Ken a little wide.
ACW
a little wide
again.
again.
Catching suspect.
So maybe ACW has actually got used to the wing damage and just kind of gathered himself up a little bit. Are we going to see him move here? P7. Ken's up into overtake. Dan leaves it. Dan leaves the. Oh, he left the door open. Very late defensive move.
Switchback.
The switchback is on for Ken. That wasn't great driving, it must be said, on Dan's behalf. Ken still has DRS as well. Can Dan come back at him? No. Is there wing damage from Ken though, from that contact? It looks okay. It looks clean, but
okay. Yeah.
But Dan moved very abruptly in the braking zone. It's a big no-no. So lucky to get away with that. Both those drivers could have been a big incident.
VK's got right back to the back of Toto and El Tonki, and he's gonna get the move done here.
Toto on 12 lap old meet up. Side pod's out. Is this going to be a safety car? Where has he retired?
Oh, he's retired in the pits.
Oh, in the pits. Okay, yeah. Good.
BK gone for his move and gets it done on
BK got
Toto.
it done. and he'll be all over the back of. Oh, he's only got 3% battery, 1%.
Zero.
No, 0. He touched 0 there for a second before he hit the braking zone. So he won't have much to play with. He's still up in overtake, trying to get past El Tonki. Is he going to do it?
No.
Not this time. Ran out of battery. El Tonki's gone very deep. Too much
back.
curb on exit. And BK says, thank you very much. That was a very, very bad exit of that corner from El Tonki and really just gifted the position to BK. So that was an easy one.
He should be looking to pit into the softs now, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. That's a good call. 14 laps left. This is definitely where you want to pit. And I think that's what Toto's doing. Toto looks like he's coming in the pits. He is the Renault. So does he have another pair of softs to go on to because he's going to be very fast. And he gets a 5-second penalty speeding in pit lane.
Yep, another set of softs.
Well, Tonki having a great run though in P5. Well done to him. This must be his best run of the season. Breno's finally got past his teammate, ACW. So ACW back down in P3 now. So he seems determined to keep going with that wing damage. Does ACW, but will Breno be able to catch Aussie and make a battle for the lead? That'll be very interesting.
Very interesting indeed. Because BK, he's 8.6 seconds behind ACW, and I'll bet that he'll catch up to ACW.
Yeah, good call. I think that since we've been watching, since he's been in second, that gap to the leaders come down already. So what could have been for a couple of these drivers? Babu J got his first pole position of the season. DNF'd early on. Side pod as well. P3 on the grid at the start of the race. As the teammates look to battle here. But yeah, Chemos is out. So he got a speeding the pit lane penalty as well. So he's retired in the pits, has come off. So that's both Ferraris out. But SidePod with a pretty disastrous race as well. I don't think any of it was really his fault though. He's got caught up in a turn 1 incident. I think that's going to be just a racing incident. Turn 1, very unlucky. Not quite sure what happened in the second incident off the restart. There seemed to be a lot of incidents at the back of the grid on that restart. The restart was very slow. Off the last corner, I think Expert held them basically until they crossed the start-finish line. Aussie's actually extended his gap and he just gets a penalty. Oh, actually, could you check if that's his only one and if Breno has any? That would be handy to know.
Yeah, I'll check it now.
But if Breno's kept it clean, ACW's still all over the back of him, so not that slow with the wing damage.
The suspect has 2 penalties and a 5-second time penalty, so he's got 11 seconds of penalties.
Has he served the 5 seconds in pits? Or was that speeding in the pits? Right, so he's yeah, that's going to really hurt him there. So he's effectively got 9 seconds. Breno, we're not sure about yet. But
Breno has 2 warnings.
2 warnings, that's it. So Breno might win this race. Might be a different Toro Rosso winning this Grand Prix. Not the Toro Rosso we thought it would be.
ACW gets 2 warnings as well.
Alright, so maybe it's a battle between the teammates to see who can not get that 3rd warning and a penalty. Oh, both very close there. You gotta think ACW will struggle with the wing damage to not get that warning as those tyres get older. I've been watching this battle a little bit now, but Expert's all over the back of Dan as well. We'll just switch to this battle. Is he going to have a look up into turn 3? Yaz, Dan's left the door wide open, and Expert said thank you very much. Expert's definitely going to the end on those set of mediums. Dan will be going to the end on the hards, you'd think as well. So, a couple of drivers we're not sure about though, going to the end. Maybe Ken. I'm not quite sure how those tyres are going to last another 10 laps. That's going to be 29 laps on the set of mediums. It's going to be a long stint. They're going to be well and truly worn by the end of it.
As we see, El Tonki
He's on
pitted.
softs. Yeah.
So he's joined right behind Toto, who pitted 1 lap earlier than El Tonki. So he got the undercut to work.
Yeah, he did.
And now they're going to battle for P8.
And can they tow each other along and catch up to the guys on older tyres ahead like Dan? There's a big gap. There's 11 seconds. Semi-Pro gets a time penalty. Semi-Pro just pitted as well on softs. James Cruz is in P11. He's 21 seconds off P10 though, unfortunately, but that's a great showing from James.
Tonki's going for a move.
Oh, is he going to get done?
Oh, great traction by Toto there.
Yeah, great traction from Toto. Is El Tonki going to have a look down into turn 4? He's too far away, I think. Much too far away. It's a good little battle here. They don't want to hold each other up though. They want to try and catch up to drivers in front. Aussie gets another 5-second penalty.
He's in the pits.
He's in the pits. He doesn't think those softs can go to the end, does Aussie? And he's serving one of his 5 seconds. So he'll still have another 5 seconds at the end.
And BK's got 2 seconds off the lead, so he's still in a shout, though he's got 6 seconds worth of penalties.
That's true. Yeah, the Toro Rosso's really kept it clean, and Breno's what? ACW is back in the lead.
Oh yeah, I didn't spot that.
What is going on? And Breno's a second behind. So has something happened to Breno? Has he made a mistake? Or has ACW got the move done and just gapped him? But no, Breno's reeling back in pretty quickly. 4 tenths in half a lap since we've been watching. And he's going to have DRS. So I think Breno made a mistake. So he's got to
have 70% of battery.
Yeah, lots of battery to play with. So Breno's got to get that move done on ACW again. That will be for the win. But his tyres are going to be very old towards the end, so maybe ACW does have the advantage there. Toto with the penalty. El Tonki's got past Toto as well, and he's only 6 seconds behind Aussie. The Aussie's on fresh softs, but also has a ton of penalties. So lots to keep track of in this race. Express behind Ken, heading down to turn 4. This could be a move for P4, and I think Ken's let him have it.
Yeah.
Side by side. Yeah, I think that's just about enough room. Ken lets him have it. Has it. Knows Expert is a little bit faster. He's on 7 lap pressure tyres too as Expert. So Ken's tyres won't be that crash hot at the moment, and he's still got to get him another 7 laps as well. He's chosen not to pit. He does have a 3.5 second gap back to Dan. Oh, I thought he was going to pit there for a second. He's not. I reckon Aussie might catch both those guys, actually, but he's got so many penalties. He's only 5 seconds off Ken. So Aussie might come P4 on track, but he has so many penalties that he's going to lose out.
Yeah.
Still got to get those moves done, of course, but he does have a massive tyre advantage. 2 lap old softs compared to 22, 23 lap old mediums. So he's going to be reeling these guys in very quickly. Breno dropped out of has
DRS,
dropped out of DRS of ACW, so his tyres really struggling, and looks like there's
That McLaren's putting him off a bit.
The McLaren is putting him off big time. Laquita Haha. And he's weaving Breno. So trying to tell him to get out of the way, and he does the McLaren. That's fair enough, I think. You can't drive inside another car. Oh, Breno's out.
He's gone. Will this bring out a safety car?
Virtual safety car. We've got a virtual safety car. But not great driving there from Laquita Haha, must be said. Yeah, and he's got a speeding penalty as well, so a bit clueless there from the McLaren driver. Unfortunately.
Not a good look, yeah.
Well, it looks like Breno wasn't very happy with it at all. Weaving on the straight, and then through turn one, he might have overheated his tyres, weaving possibly, or was just frustrated, and those tyres were pretty old, 23 laps. Is anyone going to pit on the virtual safety car? ACW somehow is going to win this race. And he gets his penalty.
He's got a penalty. Yeah.
He just got a penalty, but I don't think he'd be too bothered by that because he's got a 9-second lead now. So with that wing damage,
6 seconds.
Exactly. Expert up into P3, so his race was yo-yoed. He was battling for the podium early in the race, and now he's back up there again. Ken in P4, still got to take those tyres another 4 laps, but looking good for a P4 finish. Pending penalties of others as well. Aussie, like I said, is making his way up there though, on those softs. Yeah.
Expert has 3 seconds worth of penalties, and he's only 4 seconds behind BK. So if he can catch another 1 second or 2, he can maybe grab that P2.
Very good point, yeah. So this must be the closest battle on track at the moment, Aussie and Dan, but Aussie's going to be so much quicker than Dan on the softs. He's going to catch up to Ken very quickly. Oh, he's run wide! So he's lost about a second there. Yeah, he has, yep. Dropped a second because he was only 2 seconds behind Ken. Still going to be able to make that up though, I think. So the race is kind of petered out a little bit as far as battling.
Yeah.
And it's going to come down to penalties and who can keep it clean these last few laps, I think. Dan's hanging on in there on Aussie somehow. He's got DRS. How far back will Aussie drop though? Because at the moment El Tonki's he's on softs as well, but he's only, what's that, 9 seconds behind Aussie, so...
And Aussie has 11 seconds.
Has 11 seconds. I don't think El Tonki's got anything, so if he can keep it there for 3 laps, he might jump it, Aussie.
No,
El Tonki
has 1 penalty.
Let's see. No, he has 1, does he? Fine margins in this race.
The Aussie got more penalties though, so he's got around 16 seconds, I believe.
16 seconds, so might jump in. We do have comment in chat. Does Spec have a classic car league at the moment? We don't have one running at the moment, but we did have, as Aussie is going to go straight past Ken Temner. Don't think Ken's going to go and fight that one too hard, knowing about the penalties that his teammate has and the fact that they are teammates as well. But yeah, classic car is something we definitely want to look at doing again. The second season, the first season was really popular, so it's just a matter of finding a day and time that suits people. So I think that's definitely something we'll be looking at soon. as we're on the penultimate lap, and ACW, wing damage and all, is going to win against everything that all the other drivers could throw in today. He's still going to take home the victory. BK gave it a good shot. They two got tangled up in a collision. Steels might have something to say about that as well. His teammate Breno looked like he might win the race for a long time, but couldn't keep it on track with those old mediums, and unfortunately very distracted by a lapped car put in the fence.
Expert is catching BK quickly.
Yeah, Expert's much younger tyres. BK's got penalties as well, so Expert will be P2 anyway, I think.
Yeah, he will. Will we have DRS here?
He will too, as ACW is on the final lap now. He's coming up towards turn 3. At Expert, is he going to try and get P2 on track, or is he going to be content with getting in on penalties? He's got hardly any battery to play with, so I don't think he's going to be able to overtake. He's up in overtake though. Nowhere near close enough. Ooh, BK. No, I think it's just bring it home for now. So we're right on board with our race winner. And he's going to take his 5th win already of the season. 5 out of 6 wins already. ACW 132 comes across the line and wins the Austrian Grand Prix. BK and Expert still neck and tail. BK's going to lose P2 because of penalties. Expert's done amazingly well to keep it clean. And it's only 3 seconds in the moment. Aussie comes home P4, but he has a ton of penalties. Is Ken going to jump him? He does jump him. Is Dan going to jump? He does. Dan jumps Ken as well up near 4th.
Wow.
El Tonki is going to come across the line. How far is he going to move up? Anything? No, P7 for him. Oh, only by 3/10. Very close. Toto going to come home P8. Installator, good run for the Haas driver. P9 for him. And our last points getter will be his teammate Reedy. So the Haas boys rounding out the points. Ooh, he has a bunch of penalties. Can James Cruz nick it?
He might be able to.
I think he might be too far back. This is going to be close. I don't think he knows. Oh no, 6 seconds off. That would have been amazing if James snuck into the points. P11 for him today. And that's been round 6 Austrian Grand Prix for the PS4 Global Series Tier 2. Cracking race. And wow. Incident packed, really. Some controversial moments that might need to be looked at post-race, so we'll just mention that these race results are provisional, but I don't think there's going to be anything wrong with ACW's win. And Expert P2, BK rounds out the podium in P3. Good job from all those guys. So Dan actually kept it clean. No penalties for Dan.
Props to him, yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Up from P10 to P4. Well done. Ken just with the 3 seconds, we're kicking himself because he lost that P4 because of that penalty. But P5, I'm sure he'll be very happy with that. He beats his teammate who finishes P6, Aussie. El Tonki P7, solid drive from Mercedes boys. And then we got a Renault in P8 in Toto. And then the Huss drivers of Insulator and Reedy round out points paying positions. James Cruz just missed out on points. P11, semi-pro, a lap down, the apprentice lap down. Quita Haha, 2 laps down. And we had Breno, Kamos, Beringer side pod and Babin J at DNF. the race. Who had the most penalties?
Definitely Aussie, I think. 17.
Reedy and Aussie both had 17.
Yeah. Or really 22 for Aussie if you count that 5 second with the pit.
Yeah, he served
They
that.
served.
Yeah. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That has been the Austrian Grand Prix. Thank you so much for joining us on the stream. Hope you enjoyed the race. Thank you to you, Andre, for joining me. Did really well. Your first race commentating.
No worries, mate. Thanks for having me.
So I have to tell Zach that his job is under threat. But we have leagues of our own to race right now. Andre's going to be racing in the Tier 1 of the Global Series, which will be streamed as well in just 15 minutes time. And also we have the PS4 Elite Series. Both leagues racing in Austria as well, round 6. So stick around and watch both of those if you can. Maybe get them up on separate devices and watch both. You never know. So you can follow both action. But yeah, great race. We can't wait for the next round, whether it's next week or whether we have a break for Easter. Try and work that out now. But I believe the next round is Germany. It could be completely wrong.
Spain, I think.
Spain, is it? Okay. But yeah, thanks for joining the stream. We'll see you next time, guys.